Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Mohammad Nahid Salman, Assistant Professor of Department of Physiology of Adin Akis Medical College, Khulna. I welcome you all on my video class. Today I will discuss about the functions of kidney. So, what are the functions of kidney? As you know, kidney is the major excretory organ of our body. So, first and foremost function of the kidney is to excrete metabolic waste product of the body by formation of urine. So, what are the metabolic waste products which are produced in our body? There are several metabolic waste products such as urea, uric acid, creatinine, bilirubin. So, kidney will excrete these metabolic waste products by formation of urine. Then the second function, then we will come to the second function. Second function is another important function which is regulatory functions. Kidney regulates our extracellular fluid by various methods, such as by these methods kidney maintains the internal environment of our body. So, what are the regulatory functions of the kidneys? At first, kidney regulates water balance. Then, kidney regulates the osmolality of our body. Kidney regulates the electrolyte balance of our body, and then it regulates the acid-base balance of our body, and then it regulates the blood pressure of our body. So, these 5 regulatory points will be included in the function of kidney, in regulatory functions of kidney. First one is, I will tell once again. First one is water balance, second one is electrolyte balance, third one is acid-base balance, fourth one is maintenance of the osmolarity of the body, fifth one is regulation of blood pressure of our body. By this regulatory mechanism, kidney maintains the internal environment of our body. And then we will come to the next point, that is third function of the kidney. Kidney has also the metabolic functions, which is kidney helps in gluconeogenesis and the beta oxidation and deamination of some amino acids. So, kidney has also metabolic functions. And then we will come to the next point, that is kidney has also endocrine functions. Endocrine glands secretes hormones, and sometimes kidney acts as endocrine gland and secrete several hormones. What are those hormones? Those hormones includes erythropoietin and the 1,25-dihydroxycholecalciferol, which is also known as calcitriol. One can say it is not a proper hormone because it is also called vitamin D. So now we will not go in that debate. So kidney has endocrine functions, which is to secrete erythropoietin and 25-dihydroxycholecalciferol. Now, what is the importance of erythropoietin? Kidney secretes renal erythropoietic factor when our body is exposed to hypoxia. So we can tell kidney secretes erythropoietin or produce erythropoietin in response of hypoxia. Then this erythropoietin, secreted erythropoietin, will help in erythropoiesis. What does the erythropoiesis means? Erythropoiesis means the formation and maturation of red blood cell in the bone marrow. Ultimately, in hypoxic condition, kidney helps in production of RBC, which will combat the hypoxic condition. And then another endocrine function is to produce 1,25-dihydroxycholecalciferol or calcitriol, which helps in reabsorption of calcium and decrease the reabsorption of phosphate. You know, phosphate ion is harmful to our body, and simultaneously ionized calcium is very much needed for calcium homeostasis, which helps in prevention of tetany. So we can tell kidney secretes 2 hormones. First one is erythropoietin and second one is 1,25-dihydroxycholecalciferol. Now we will come to the next point, that is kidney has detoxifying function. kidney will metabolize any kind of ingested drugs or toxic material into inert substance, and those inert substance will be excreted through urine. So in total, these are the functions of kidney. Now we will discuss about the hormones which act on kidney. It is a very important question for both written examination and viva examination. Examiner will ask you this question: tell the hormones or name the hormones which acts on kidney. So you have to mention it very clearly. There are several hormones which act on kidney. First one is aldosterone, second one is angiotensin 2, third one is ADH or antidiuretic hormone, fourth one is ANP or atrial natriuretic peptide, and the fifth one is parathyroid hormone. So we have got 5 hormones which will act on kidney in various parts of the nephrons. So what are those hormones? First one is aldosterone, second one is angiotensin 2, third one is antidiuretic hormone which we can name short form in ADH, and the fourth one is atrial natriuretic peptide, also known as ANP, and the fifth one is parathyroid hormone. Now we have to memorize the function or importance of these hormones and the site of action of these hormones on different parts of the nephron. At first, come to the aldosterone. Aldosterone is also known as life-saving hormone. So the important function of aldosterone is to conserve sodium ion and to excrete the potassium ion. And so the ultimate function of aldosterone is to reabsorption of sodium from renal tubules, and with sodium chloride will be reabsorbed simultaneously, and as the sodium and chloride ions are osmotically active particles, these will attract water with them, and it helps in excretion of potassium ions. So as a result, excess potassium ion cannot build up in our body. Now we have to know on which portion this aldosterone will act. Aldosterone will act on the distal portion of the renal tubules. That means distal convoluted tubules, collecting tubules, and collecting duct. Now we come to the second hormone, which is angiotensin 2. What are the functions of angiotensin 2? Angiotensin will help in reabsorption of sodium, chloride, water. Now we have to know next that on which portion of renal tubules the angiotensin will act on proximal convoluted tubule, thick ascending portion of the loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubule, and collecting tubule, collecting duct. Now we come to the third hormone, that is antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone, from the name we can get the hint of its function, and that means antidiuretic hormone. That means this hormone will prevent the diuresis. What do you mean by diuresis? Diuresis means the production of large volume of urine. So antidiuretic hormone will prevent the formation of large volume of urine. So it will ultimately reabsorb water from the renal tubules. Now we have to know on which portion of the renal tubules this antidiuretic hormone will act. Antidiuretic hormone or ADH will act on the distal convoluted tubule, collecting tubule, and collecting duct. And this type of water reabsorption is also known as facultative type of water reabsorption. We will discuss about the water reabsorption process in our next lecture. Now we have to know about the fourth hormone, which is known as atrial natriuretic peptide. As it is named after atria, we can tell it is secreted from the atrium of the heart when the extracellular fluid is expanded in our body. So when the atrial muscles is stressed, the atrial natriuretic peptide hormone or ANP will be secreted from the atrial muscle fiber of the heart, and this hormone will act on the renal tubules and helps in forced diuresis and forced natriuresis. So, important functions of ANP. Now we have to know on which portions of the renal tubules this ANP will act. This ANP will act on the distal portion of the renal tubules like distal convoluted tubule, collecting tubule and collecting duct. Then we will come to the last hormone which acts on the kidney, that is parathyroid hormone. Parathyroid hormone is also known as life-saving hormone. Why this hormone is called life-saving hormone? As because it is responsible, or it is one of 3 hormones which helps in calcium homeostasis, and calcium is very important for our muscle contraction and other life-saving mechanisms of our body. So, what will be the function of parathyroid hormone on kidney? The important function of the parathyroid hormone is to conserve calcium ion, is to reabsorb calcium ion from the renal tubules. And which portions of the renal tubules it will act? It will act on the proximal convoluted tubule, thick ascending limb of loop of Henle, distal tubule, collecting tubule and collecting duct. From these portions, parathyroid hormone. Actually, parathyroid hormone will mainly act on the proximal convoluted tubule and helps in reabsorption of calcium ion from this part. So, in our class, we have known the name of hormones which have important functions on kidney, and their important functions and exact location on which they will act. This is all for today. Thank you for having patience. We will discuss a new topic in our next class. Thank you all.